I got some sun today, and
Yeah.
Kate was like, "Since you're wearing sunglasses, I don't have a raccoon face at the moment." So,
Well, that's fantastic.
well, I mean, I went
You
to the Braves game, and the Braves are awesome, and so it was an awesome time. It's great
yes.
Father's Day. I'm not a father, but I've got a dog. My girlfriend
I'm
has a
one.
kid. We're pretty serious. It's kind of going somewhere, so it's you can you can put that together how you want.
I feel like bonsai should count. So happy Father's Day to you,
Happy
sir.
Father's
Happy
Day to you, dude.
Father's Day to me. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Sunday, Father's Day here in the ATL. We hope you guys are doing so great wherever you're listening to us on your Apple, your Spotify, your YouTube, your Amazon, all your fun platforms and social media. We hope you've had a wonderful, wonderful Father's Day. We're going to go back in time to
Oh
start our
snap!
show. We're going to go back in time just a little bit. Saturday
How far back? Like Back to the Future? We're going to the 50s? Are we doing like the Lazarus Project? Where we go back 7 days?
We're going to go back 24 hours.
The
And
extreme amount.
we're going to go back 24 more hours
Oh, okay.
after that. Because Saturday nights, all right, for fighting Sir Elton John. My God. AEW and Tony Khan do it again with AEW Saturday Collision.
Dude, that was a great show.
Episode. What a great show. I don't
Um,
really much care for the man who started the show, but I mean, Jesus Christ, he crushed it.
I wanted to talk about the stage before we talk about anything else on Collision. The
All right.
ramp and the stage was like, yeah, we're shooting at you, WWE. You got a whole thing. We're doing it too.
Yeah.
And we're doing our own twist. And it was awesome.
Awesome.
I thought, it had a serious level production that, screams, like that we're a contender. We're a top contender here.
Yeah. It's great to see that AEW is really stepping up their game in production. My boy Bird, he is one of their camera crew people. He's one of their production
Nice.
guys, probably their head production guy. He used to be with Ring of Honor back in the day. Old Bird, good dude, solid dude, killing the business. You got to love it. And I really kind of hope that the Collision set is going to be the Collision set and the Dynamite set is going to be the Dynamite set, because I love the two tunnels where the heels and the faces come out. I like that.
Right.
With Collision, you only have
It's
that
the one entrance.
And
I mean, then
sold yet.
Then if AEW is establishing two brands, because Collision's on TNT and Dynamite's on TBS, I mean, are we warranting splitting the brands and having an A brand and a B brand?
They definitely have enough talent to do so.
There's been a lot of talk of oversaturation with their roster, actually.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely oversaturation in WWE. That's why they have their two brands. Really, they're three brands.
Yeah.
I don't really know. I don't know where this is going. I'm excited for the future of AEW, for Tony, for the Bucks, for Kenny, for all of the talent backstage, even the old Ring of Honor guys who now have their own separate brand and their own shows. But I do like the idea that you're presenting Ring of Honor talent on AEW television and vice versa. Because
I want more Dalton Castle. That's what I want.
Don't we all need more of the sole resident of Planet Peacock?
Yeah,
I would say so.
Dalton Castle, 24/7. Or really, I mean, if we're being meta, WWE needs to sign Dalton Castle and make him the brand of Peacock.
Ooh.
Yes, that would be great. And then he's just out there launching. Aren't they called the Boys?
The Boys.
Just launching boys like torpedoes. Like, just, I mean, that is a hysterical man. and I want to see more of him.
He is incredibly entertaining. Jesus alive. Anybody that comes out to Queens, I Want It All, but it's like a bootleg version of Queens, I Want It All. And then he's got the big, puts the arms up like this, and he's got the peacock feathers in the cape. I mean, just his presentation alone, having the boys get down on all fours and kind of help him get into the ring with the fans and all that. Oh my God, it's insanity.
Yeah,
but it's a lot of fun. And
but
I
isn't
think
that what pro wrestling is? It's just insanity on your television.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to travel. I want to time travel real quick. I want to travel back 30 seconds. You were talking about the Bucks. And I heard some colorful language about the Bucks on Collision.
Oh boy, you sure did. So for those of you that do not know, Chicago made Punk, CM Punk is back. AEW Collision made their debut from the United Center in Chicago, which Chicago is becoming a huge deal in AEW. And I think it's great that they emanate from the United Center and not one of the bigger arenas, because the United Center is where the Chicago Bulls played. It's the 90s. It's nostalgia. The Bulls don't play there anymore. Like they don't play there anymore. They play in the Allstate Arena down the street. So the United Center is still kind of a staple and a mainstay in the Chicago skyline, but it's just kind of there. But to have AEW do a lot of their shows from that building, giving that level of nostalgia, especially for people like me who grew up in the 80s and 90s, it makes it fun, because like, whoa, this is where MJ scored his 63 points. This is where, Rodman kicked a referee or headbutted a referee and kicked a cameraman. This is where he dove into the stands. This is the
that's
same.
Where
it's
that's
weird.
where the Bulls defeated the postman, the mailman, Karl Malone.
The mailman. Yeah, the Jazz. That's right.
Yeah, I remember that. Like I was. Those were a couple summers for me. I was up in Atlantic City, and like we're watching the NBA playoffs, and it's the Bulls versus the Jazz again.
We had back-to-back seasons. We had the 97 and 98 finals. Great opportunity. But we could talk about Bulls all night, but we got to talk about the man of the hour. CM Punk, Phil Brooks, is back in AEW. I'm sure Tom, one of our 4-time guest hosts, would love to wax poetic about CM Punk, Chicago, and all these other things. Maybe we'll get him on and he can talk. But yeah, man, CM Punk's back. He gets in the ring. He cuts the promo of a lifetime, probably his third best pipe bomb, if you will. This was the "Tell Me I'm Lying" promo.
Well, and, I mean,
tell me I'm lying. Damn.
But what's the truth? Tell me the truth. What is the truth here? You're like, he's back. Cool. Way to go. You're elevating the brand. But what is the truth about why you were gone? Why you were suspended? Did that fight happen? What is the truth here? Right. Like everyone assumes what you're saying is the truth. But if you're saying, tell me I'm lying, well, I don't know if you are or not.
I don't either.
Which I remember they were saying when the new commentators, by the way, when they came out for the trios match at the end of the fight, they're like, who's going to call out CM Punk on his bullshit, basically? Who's going to be the first to step up?
It'll be interesting to see what happens on Wednesday on Dynamite, because it's the last show before Forbidden Door, which is next Sunday on the 25th. That's going to be a big show. New Japan and AEW doing their thing. It's going to be incredible. We've got a slate of dream matches that we'll talk about here in a little bit. But you look at CM Punk.
The man needs to do some squats. When I look at him, I'm like, dude, you don't have a butt. This is sports entertainment. do some squats, put some weights on the rack, do some squats.
I like that's the first thing you noticed.
Yeah,
But
it's. I thought on the car ride, I was like, like he's got pancake butt, man.
we got to put him on the AP squat protocol. That thing builds all the ass.
On the what is it?
I got to build the AP squat protocol, the Atlanta Performance Squat Protocol. It's a selfish plug of my business on here. What we're doing.
We could do. This is our podcast. We can plug your own business if you want.
Atlanta Performance Weightlifting, Lifestyle Performance, and Flying Bonsai Productions. We're self promoters. Is what we do. We don't care.
But going back to Punk, he had a book bag, or he had a sack, which they were like insinuating that the title was in there, and he's like, "You gotta pin me or submit me," and it's like, well, dude, Moxley did.
Yeah,
he destroyed you.
Yeah,
like you lost.
You lost.
So, what's up with that?
I don't know where that's going. I'd like to think that he's using this as, oh, well, I was injured and I wrestled under duress and did all these things. But the bottom line is CM Punk is back and there's no changing that. But MJF is the damn champion.
Yep.
And you can say what you want. You can do what you want. MJF beat Jon Moxley for that title. It's his.
Yes, he did.
He is the champion.
In an Iron Man match.
He is the damn champion.
No, Danielson was the Iron Man match.
Danielson was the Iron Man match. True.
He won that too.
But MJF was champion then. And he is going to continue to be champion. He won the 4 pillars, 4 corners match. He's champion. He went to what I can only imagine was an intentional 30-minute draw with Adam Cole Bebe on Wednesday. But he's the champion. MJF is the champion. CM Punk is not the champion. He won his match. He won his return match with his buddies FTR, and they defeated Samoa Joe and the Bullet Club, which is amazing in and of itself. Seeing CM Punk and Samoa Joe in a match in a ring together, 6,584 days later, after the conclusion of their trilogy in Ring of Honor for the championship, which Samoa Joe came out triumphant in. So and
that was back in like 2004, I think. Is that right?
Yeah, man.
2004, 2005.
That was almost 20 years ago. So the fact that these guys have not been in the ring together in 20 years,
that's crazy.
Is crazy.
Because CM Punk,
what a way to tell a story.
He left WWE before Samoa Joe really came in, right? Am I wrong there?
You are correct in that, yes. Because I think he wrestled his last match in WWE in 2013, maybe.
Okay.
And I think Joe showed up in NXT in 2015.
Okay.
That sounds right. I mean, I'm not really sure on the timeline. I could definitely do some research for you and let you know. But it definitely seems that way. But nonetheless, you're looking at 2 guys who have been iconic in the indie scene. They've been iconic in WWE. They've wrestled in Impact. They've wrestled all over the world. They've wrestled in Japan. They've wrestled in AEW, Ring of Honor, etc. And it's like, well, wait a minute. Ring of Honor is a brand again.
Mm-hmm.
And Samoa Joe is the television champion.
The face of television.
Yeah, he is the king of television.
Mm-hmm.
That was the gimmick that he had before he and Wardlow went to work with Hobbs. He was the king of television. So there's an opportunity here to get those 2 together again. Now, is it for the ROH television title or is it for the AEW World Championship down the line? I see dollars in that. And if you're Tony Khan, you got to listen to guys like Vince and Eric Bischoff. You've got to be like, controversy creates cash. You've got this. You have this opportunity to forget about the elite, forget about FTR, and forget about, focus on this. 2024, 20 years after the conclusion of their trilogy, one of these guys needs to have the AEW title, and these guys need to fight for that belt.
I dig it. I think Samoa Joe.
Book it, cowards.
I want Samoa Joe to get his due. Like he went through WWE. He got close with AJ Styles, and then failed. And then it's just I want Joe to be champion so bad, and I don't know if he just needs to. I don't know. Not do the sleeper the Cobra Clutch so much where he gets pinned on his own. Like, come on, dude.
Right.
Like you got to be more intelligent. The Brain Buster or the Muscle Buster is a great finisher.
Yeah, that's a badass move, and it's tough. I mean, I feel like that one probably hurts like hell.
Yeah, because you're kind of contorted.
I've never let anybody do that to me. I'm not letting anybody tuck my neck that hard. No thanks. Now,
you ever see a slinky? And yeah, that's just like, and then it's
yeah.
So
yeah, a really strong week for AEW. CM Punk gets the pin on, was it Juice Robinson?
Juice, yes, it was the Juice
of Bullet Club Gold.
Mm-hmm.
So really good time. FDR's back in the fold. Everyone loves the Acclaimed.
Yep. And Miro is back.
Miro is back. Miro looked good, and Miro looked fast and powerful. Andrade looked really good until he and Buddy both, I think, re-injured themselves. So hopefully that's not going to be a problem. But yeah, everything was sharp about that show from head to toe. I really enjoyed the women's tag match with Sky Blue getting the pin in her hometown. Always fun. Love to see a hometown hero get a pin. That's such a stark contrast from where WWE was, where hometown heroes always lose. Just because Vince is an ass. But you gotta build
empathy, man.
I get it, but it's like, damn, like every once in a while, you got this girl who just continues to lose and lose and lose and lose, and you let her win her hometown. It's like, all right, happy, send the fans home happy, I say. Same thing with
Sky Blue, her finisher is so really unique. Like it's like a T-bone Canadian destroyer.
Yes.
I guess the best way I can put it.
Yeah, she flips into it and then they do the Canadian destroyer. I like it.
I think it's cool.
Great. I personally like, for the Canadian destroyer moves, I like the way that Dustin Rhodes and Roxanne Perez do theirs, where they jump onto the person and then they flip them. I like that momentum. Petey Williams obviously has his, where it's like he sets them up for a pile driver and then they flip over. That works too. I mean, that one's very brutal looking. The others look a little more safe, but Petey's looks like you're getting your skull cracked open. I mean, these other ones look real safe because nobody's landing on their heads; they're all landing on their back. So maybe it's a safety issue. Maybe it's just trying to look cool. Maybe it's aesthetics. I don't really know, but rule number one: protect your opponent, protect the person you're in the ring with, and that's what they're doing. So, good show. Really happy. Let's hop in the time machine and go back to Friday Night SmackDown.
Friday Night SmackDown.
Holy shit! There's only two things we're talking about on this show: the tag team gauntlet match, which set up the new number one contenders for Sammy and KO's tag belts.
I'm watching it right now.
I just want to say, sorry to spoil it for you, but yes, boy! Gotta love it. Pretty Deadly, Elton Prince and Kit Wilson, the two tastiest snacks on Friday Night SmackDown, as they are known. Delightful tag team. Love these guys. They're just so flamboyant and silly, and to me, they're picking up where Fandango and Tyler Breeze left off.
Yes.
Kind of the comic relief tag team. And, the New Day to some degree, because the New Day was a lot of that comic relief with the pancakes and the cereal and all the shit. But I really enjoy Pretty Deadly because those guys are fun and they can work.
Dude,
know?
that's everything. What it makes pro wrestling good is,
Yeah,
like people want to see you because you're fun and you're funny, and then
yeah,
you're fun to watch. Like the three Fs, man.
yeah.
Uh, no, I mean, good for them, and I'm looking forward
Right.
to seeing them more often.
Absolutely.
Uh, they look like they should be in the Barbie movie, but who knows?
Yeah, they
But
will
they're
be.
not wearing not nearly enough pink. It's too much blue.
Yeah, need more pink. Need more pink, and we need the brown cavalier boots. Those are
Yes.
always love the cavalier boots. Love the swashbuckling look that they always portray when they come to the ring with their little quarter shirts, their little quarter.
They're like
It's not
reverse
even
boleros, almost
not
like,
even a
or
crop
super
top. It's
super short boleros.
like Jesus Christ. So it's you love it. It's fun. Street Profits. We want to see the Street Profits be champs again as sooner than later. But for now, we got Pretty Deadly, and I can't see them taking the titles off Sammy and KO without a heel turn from one of those guys, probably KO. But I feel like it's
Well,
too
KO,
early.
he
I feel like
needs to lay off the caffeine, man, because he is like ready to snap.
but I think too, this is such a good layer for his character because he's just gone loco. He's just
Mhm.
off the reservation. He's like, you didn't follow the rules. We didn't call your name. You come out of the ring. We're supposed to say your name, and then you come in, and he's just it looks like he's about to blow the gasket, as you
Yep.
say. I
I got.
like this
I'm in a t-shirt
iteration.
and shorts. I gotta get another t-shirt and shorts.
I like this iteration of KO because for the first time in a long time, it looks like he's actually having fun.
Good.
Really and
It,
truly, the prize fighter gimmick, I just feel like he was so cold. And Kevin Steen's a funny guy. Like, he's a really funny guy. He likes to do the ribs and pranks, and I feel like he's finally getting to be Kevin on
yep.
TV. And
Uh,
good for
and do
him.
you think that's more of a relaxed nature of Triple H, or in the lack of Vince, or what?
Probably. I mean, really and truly, I'd say probably, because he is a Triple H guy.
Right.
So he's going to get to do kind of what he feels natural, and good for him. He and his best friend are the tag team champions of the world, and they get to do whatever the hell they want Monday and Friday night. They get to be on both shows. They could go to NXT if they wanted to. I mean, they can really do whatever the hell they want. And I do like the fact that Hunter is giving a lot of these talents the opportunity to be themselves and
Mm.
to kind of start writing some of their own stuff, and not having to follow a script every week. You can
I
tell.
think it's the more it's one of those things, like the more freedom you give people, the more they can relax and give you what you need. Because everyone wants TV time. Everyone wants this business to succeed. And it's that kind of law of improv. Yes, and or no, but. So if, like, I've got an idea, no, but let's try it this. But you never stop somebody from their creativity.
Of course not. And I love that.
Yeah.
I love the fact that you're taking these wrestlers, these athletes, these talent, these actors, whatever you want to call them, and you're giving them the opportunity to get over with the fans. You look at, I mean, I'll give you a prime example. Karrion Kross.
Mm-hmm.
Karrion Kross, they shaved his head, they gave him this stupid helmet, they gave him this crisscross thing with the Black Widow logo in the middle for Scarlet, and he bombed. Jeff Hardy beat him in 2 minutes, and he bombed. And now he's back, just defeated AJ and Mia Yim in a tag match. He looked phenomenal, to pardon the pun for AJ, but Karrion Kross looked phenomenal. And he is starting to rise again.
Yeah.
He just needs to be pushed, and he needs to be able to do what he does in the ring. I don't even need this guy to talk. I just want him to run people over. Let his wife talk. Let Scarlett talk for him. You know, he doesn't have the mic skills of LA Knight. He doesn't have the natural charisma of an LA Knight. That guy, they need to shoot that guy to the moon. Forget about Logan Paul. Forget about Drew McIntyre. Forget about all these people they want to have win the Money in the Bank. Let that guy win the Money in the Bank. Give him a chance. That guy's almost 40 years old. He needs a chance.
Yeah.
We 40-year-olds, we want our opportunity too. Okay.
We're not dead yet. That's the thing. We're not dead yet.
Yeah.
And look, Ang Lee, he directed The Hulk, Life of Pi, award-winning director. He didn't get his first movie until like late 40s.
Yeah. Sure.
So give us our shot.
Give us our shot.
Put me in the ring with Cody.
Speaking of shot, can we talk about The Kick, Heard Around the World, Part 2?
Yes, please do.
Man, Jey Uso has been main event. Jey Uso has been the center of the Bloodline the last 3 weeks. Jimmy went and kicked Roman's head off at the last pay-per-view.
Night of Champions.
Thank you. Night of Champions. I needed that because I couldn't pull it out of the sky. That's why we do this together. Jay comes out, is trying to make things right. Can't do it. Solo takes Jimmy out. Jay's all confused. Jay has to make a decision, loses the U.S. title last week. The Theory, pissed off at his brother, pissed off at his twin brother, Jimmy, and Solo, and Heyman, and everybody. And Roman comes back. He wants his decision. Jay gets in Jimmy's face, tells him, "You out, and I'm out too." Kicks Roman in the face, knocks him on his ass. Solo gets kicked in the face twice, 3 times. Roman gets up, whining and complaining. He gets kicked in the face by both Jimmy and Jay. He goes down flat. Perfect flat back bump. Love it. Heyman's on the outside, losing his Skittles. And Jimmy and Jay are standing in the ring, throwing up the We the Ones. And now they're telling us that we're going to have a Bloodline Civil War, Money in the Bank in London at the O2 Arena between Jimmy and Jay, Solo and Roman.
I mean, this is the culmination of what this whole thing's been going towards.
Yeah. I love it.
If only we could do some sort of reenactment of, Iron Man and Captain America, and there's some war moment where like Iron Man's blasting, Captain America shielding, and it's this. I'm going off on a tangent, but I mean, okay. Quick question: how many? And this could be a joke. How many super kicks does it take to actually knock out Roman Reigns?
Well, apparently it takes 2.
2. If
Apparently
Shawn Michaels was throwing it, how many would it take?
Oh, it's 1.
It's 1. Why?
It's 1. Because it's Shawn Michaels.
Because he tunes up the band, man.
That's right.
He gets that stomp in there. And then, like when he hits you with that sidekick to the chin, your teeth like basically go up into your brain. And you like halfway swallow your tongue, and you're in complete reset mode. No one tunes up the band anymore. That's why it's super kick party. That's why you need like multiple super kicks.
Yeah.
You gotta grease those wheels, people.
I think too, it's the joke around the DDT.
Yeah. And
the running joke about the DDT in the professional wrestling industry. So when Jake Roberts had the DDT as his finisher, he just dropped you on your head and that was it. Well, now
nearly killed Steamboat.
Yeah. Well, now people do the DDT and it just doesn't affect them anymore unless you get like a jumping DDT or you really throw a lot of weight into it. But just a simple headlock DDT, it just doesn't do it anymore. And the running joke is that over the years, the wrestlers have, through generations, gotten tougher
Well, I mean, look, okay, like I feel
everybody's
you
taking
can train for a DDT, and you do that by step one, you go to Home Depot, you go to their lumber section. Step two, you get a 2x4, and you just get it and you smack your head into it over and over and over again, and that's how you train to fight against the DDT.
Oh my god, are we doing the Happy Gilmore where he gets hit in the face with baseballs to toughen up?
Yeah, and he was super tough. I mean, not for against Bob Barker, but if you want to, if you know it's coming, you better be training for it.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that's why lumber sales are so hard to get right now. Everyone's training for DDTs. It's the supply chain issues.
That is the soundest logic for supply chain error I have heard.
That's right.
Ever. I'm going. We're you know what? We're going with it. That's the answer moving forward. But man, this Bloodline storyline is, it's the Godfather.
Mm-hmm.
It started getting stale, and it's just like, I'm done with it. I don't even care anymore. Just when I thought I was out, they
pulled you back in.
So
no, I think it's it's like Sammy said a couple weeks ago. She's like, Roman, this is over, right? Like, and he's like, no, we're good. It's like, no, dude. And I remember we were talking about like, it'd be awesome if like it all came down at WrestleMania, of like the Usos lose the titles, and Roman's world crumbles around him, and that's why he loses the championship to Cody, which didn't happen. Roman was like, I ate my Wheaties today, so did Solo. So no, I mean, it's keep the story going.
Yeah, and I feel like they've had to keep the story going, because at this point they've kind of booked themselves into a corner again.
Into a corner?
Yeah, man. So WWE is great at booking themselves into corners, because when you had The Fiend, right? You had The Fiend was champion, and they didn't know how to take the belt off of him. So what'd they do? They put it on Bill Goldberg.
That's right. Send Goldberg in there.
And then they put the belt on Lesnar. And then they put the belt on Roman. And they put, just the belt's been passed around, and now Roman's had it for almost 3 years, which is just outstanding. Next Saturday, he will pass Pedro Morales as the third longest reigning champion at 1,028 days.
What is the longest reigning champion?
Bruno Sammartino was champion for I think like almost 4,000 days. It was unbelievable. What a run!
I'm looking it up right now.
It's incredible. I think somebody told me for Roman to pass Bruno, he'd have to be the champion until Backlash 2029.
Yeah, Bruno Sammartino, 2,800 days, 2,803 days.
2,800, not
yeah.
30. It's almost 3,000 days. Unbelievable. It's almost 10 years.
I mean, it could be done.
But again,
Roman's all old and gray and just, I actually am the Godfather now.
But again, your problem is you got Cody going after this championship because he's trying to finish the story. So he's got to he's doing his hard times, baby. So now he's got to do his hard times. And once they finish with his hard times, then, maybe he goes to WrestleMania to face Roman and finally beat him. But now you got this bloodline crumbling, and where the bloodline began was in a cell match, was in an I Quit match in the cell between Roman and Jay. So now it's like, well, shit, how do we finish this story? Do we have Jay become champion? Do we have Jay become the head of the table and defeat Roman? Like what do you do?
I mean, that was what Paul Heyman was kind of hinting towards. I mean, so does trust, but it's
Right.
that could be that. It could be. They talk about Haman being the prophet, right?
Yeah.
The wise man.
Right.
What if he's like, I see a prophecy, and this is you?
Yeah. What if this is what if them saying that Jay's going to be the tribal chief someday is the foreshadowing for all of this?
Could be.
Who knows? Who knows? But you got Cody, and you got Jay, and you got Sammy, and you got
Well, I mean, okay, like, let's be honest here. Who does Cody have a better blood feud with, Roman or Seth Rollins?
well, I wouldn't even approach that because he's beat Seth 3 times.
Right. And so now that Seth is champion, he could just be like,
but that's what I'm talking about. You're booking it into a corner. That's what I mean. You're booking it into a corner because, well, shit, Cody's already beat Seth 3 times. Why does he need to go after Seth's world championship? Because that's not the title he really wants. That title may have some prestige one day, but right now it is a consolation prize to the WWE Universal Heavyweight Championship, which is the lineage. It's the lineal title that we talked about last week for the WWE Championship. It's that belt.
fair.
That's the one his daddy never won. That's the one he needs. That's going to finish the story. This world championship that Seth Rollins has, who the hell cares? The only people that need to
I think I care about it. It's an amazingly cool design, but like, yeah, I think it's like they have to separate the brands. It's like the bloodline made the brands too much intertwined.
as of right now, which title means more?
Do I have to talk with my hands?
Don't have to talk, Jan. I'm just like A and B in here. Roman's title's the one that matters.
You are right there. You're right there.
So, but hey, 3-4 years from now, what title may mean more? That world title or this title? That's the question.
That's a very fair point.
You give Seth Rollins enough time with that title, or you give Finn Balor, who I think should be the next champion at Money in the Bank. Give either one of those guys a lengthy run and let them handle their business. I almost said Punishment Martinez again. Give Damian Priest an opportunity to win that belt and go babyface because it's what the crowd kind of wants. And then you put JD McDonough in the Judgment Day because it's kind of where he belongs. He's Finn Balor's protege. Finn trained him. They're from the same town. They're both from Cork County, Wicklow, Ireland. Give those guys the opportunity to kind of run that show. Dominic is becoming so big. He's bigger than the Judgment Day. Rhea is bigger than the Judgment Day. Eventually, what are you going to do with this Judgment Day stable? They're going to have to say, hey, this is not working. Again, you're booking yourselves into a corner because you're failing to capitalize on the right stuff. Finn should be champion right now. Dominic could be a secondary champion, intercontinental champion, whatever you want to do with him.
Right.
Or you could have him and Priest make a run at the tag titles because then you make Dominic look strong. He's got great heat, and then Rhea's got a belt. But instead, you have 3 guys that are begging for screen time and trying to get over, which Dominic's done a great job of. And then you got Rhea, who's a champion. So what are we really trying to do here? Are we trying to establish new champions and new stars? Or are we trying to make sure that the current product that we have now is steady and watchable?
I think it's the balance of both. And and that's the trick of how do you do it. But no, like I think what you're saying about the new World Heavyweight Championship, it's that's legit. I apologize, Rob. I was wrong. I don't like being wrong. I don't like being wrong on the show. So I'm sorry. Look, dude, look. I'm sorry. I'm saying with my hands. Really.
That's not how this goes.
I'm sorry.
We're just
Flopping my hands. Jazzy.
Listen, Chef Ryan, it's not a debate. We're not talking about winners and losers here. We're just talking fans having a good time. There's no winners and losers here. It's not a debate. I don't know what.
There's winners on both sides.
There's winners on both sides. There's wonderful people on both sides. You've got your people. I've got my people. Everybody's got people. Okay, good time. Good time.
Dude, that's really good.
I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Rob does voice acting, by the way, people. Yeah.
Just anytime that you need voice actors, just give me a call. 1-877-84 Stewie.
Don't call that number though.
don't call that number. I don't know what that number is. I don't even remember that number now. But man, I don't know. It's a hell of a time to be a wrestling fan. 100%.
It is. There's a lot of great product out there, and it's people are getting better. The moves are getting more spectacular, and like it's a great time to be a fan.
And with Collision being on TV now Saturdays, we now have wrestling on every night of the week. Holy shit!
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know how the hell we're going to keep up. We're going to try really hard to keep up for y'all. We're going to do our best. We're probably going to fall apart, trying to watch, 18 hours, 20 hours of pro wrestling a week, but we're going to do our best.
I have a job,
We're going to try.
We all have jobs. We don't get paid for this yet.
Until someone gives us $1 million a year to run this on Sirius XM radio, Dave LaGreca, I'm looking at you, sir.
I'll hashtag that shit. Yeah.
Here we are.
So we have something this weekend, which I spaced on because I didn't know it was this weekend for Forbidden Door.
Forbidden Door number 2.
The
AEW New Japan vehicle that proves that wrestling companies can and should work together. I am super excited because a lot of my I'm a big Japanese wrestling fan. I love strong style.
Whoa. Are you a Japanese wrestling fan?
Hi.
Kampai.
So Forbidden Door 2 is going to be Sunday. I don't know where the show is emanating from. Do you know?
I'm looking up right now. Toronto, Canada.
Oh my God. Yes. Fantastic. I don't know where that's going to be in Canada, but it's going to be a wild time. Maybe the Key Arena. Not really sure.
It is going to be at the Scotiabank Arena.
Oh, the Scotiabank Arena. Cool. Very nice. That's a good place. I think that's where
the Leafs play.
Yeah, I think it's where the Leafs play. But what I do love is that two of my favorite companies in the world, really New Japan is my favorite company, but you have MJF battling Hiroshi Tanahashi, the ace, essentially, for those of you that don't know, he's kind of the John Cena of Japan. He's the multi-time IWGP World Champion. He has been, I think he is the current or past never open weight tag champion with Okada and Tomohiro Ishii. Really, really good. I'm looking forward to that match, but that's not the biggest match on the card.
No, there are two other ones here that are quite
Sonata and Jungle Boy Jack Perry for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. That's not the biggest match on the card.
No.
The biggest match on the card is for the IWGP United States Championship between champion Kenny
Kenny
Omega and challenger Will Osprey.
This is going to be
Aussie Open.
This is going to be insanity.
I don't understand why this is such a big deal, but I do. And if it's not the main event of the show, they did something wrong. Either this match opens and the rest of the show is going to be completely flat because no one's going to give a shit, or this is going to be the main event, because this is the only match with build-up. This match has been built for months. Since Kenny won the title from Osprey, this is the rematch. And it's been 4 months. This is the rematch. They had a tournament to decide who was going to be Omega's opponent for this match. And Osprey won that tournament. It was his rematch to have. You know, those guys have been working each other for years. They had a match. I think they had a match at Forbidden Door last year. I think it was a trios match. I think it was Will and Aussie Open versus the Bucks and Omega. I don't remember.
I don't think
it may have been on a Dynamite. It may have been on a Dynamite episode. But that match has happened. I'm not
here's some news. Forbidden Door is nearly sold out. Nice.
Good for them. Good for them. I hope they sell it out. And I hope they sell out Wembley Arena.
There are 12,946 tickets. There are 26 tickets left as of like an hour ago.
That's awesome. That is a legit sellout is a big deal in the wrestling world, because there have not been any legit sellouts in at least since pre-pandemic. There's still people that will not go to arenas. They have to tarp off the hard camera side. There's almost nobody on the hard camera side anymore, except for talent and production and, you know, family of the workers. Because you see those first 5-6 rows, they got people in them, nothing behind it. And they keep the camera angle low when they come to the ring so that no one really sees up into the rafters. And it's like, oh, there's nobody up there. So, you know, that is quality production value. That's the magic of cinema, the magic of film, is that if you can make Rocky Balboa, Sylvester Stallone, who's 5'7", look as tall as, you know, Drago, who's Dolph Lundgren, who was 6'4".
Right.
You're doing something right. That's the power of the camera. And they're doing it right. They're doing it right. But man, Osprey Omega for the US IWGP US.
I'm looking at last year's, and last year it was Will Osprey versus with Aussie Open. It was just him versus Orange Cassidy.
Okay.
Which was an awesome match. I remember that the Stolen Show.
I think we actually covered that on our best of last year, didn't we? Yeah. Damn. Okay. I'm here for it.
And Pac fought some guy. Where is Pac? Is he injured?
I think so.
Oh,
I think so.
Okay.
But
I'm excited for this weekend. They give you something to do on Sunday.
Give us something to do on Sunday. We will have full coverage of Forbidden Door in, I don't know, 8-ish, 9-ish, 10-ish days from now.
Be good.
When we hop back on. You know, maybe Sunday we'll do like a quick predictions show.
Yeah, I think so. I could.
30-minute show.
Yeah, because by then they'll have the full card flushed out.
That's right.
Because right now there's only, I think, those 4 matches that we talked about, or that we gleamed over.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, right now it's Omega versus Osprey, Bryan Danielson versus Okada.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. That's gonna be so good.
Sonata versus Jungle Boy with Hook, and then MJF versus Tanahashi.
Have they announced Shibata versus Daniel Garcia for the ROH Pure title?
For this show?
Yeah.
No.
Because that 100% should happen, because that's a hell of a rematch from they'll probably put that on the Death Before Dishonor show in July, on July 21st. That'll probably be a big match for them. I would wait.
Yeah.
Build that. Be a good time.
Excited.
Katsuyori Shibata, who's one of the most legit badasses to ever walk the face of the earth. He is. When you train with Minoru Suzuki, who was the king of pancrase, like you're doing something right. You probably I wouldn't go near that guy. I don't, pro wrestler or not, he knock your damn teeth out. I've seen him knock a guy out with a back fist. It's disgusting. I'll send you that video.
Yeah, please do.
It's awesome. It was like 2015, 2014. He and Hirooki Goto are working, and he's got longish hair and a beard, and he just goes bam like this, like a spinning back fist, and you watch the sweat pop off of the dude's head as he falls to the ground.
Those knockouts are so brutal because
was awesome.
You get jostled and all of a sudden your body stiffens because you're instantly knocked out.
Oh, he was out.
If we're talking some MMA stuff right now, when Jorge Masvidal got knocked out by Kamaru Usman, same thing happened. Just punch the face, and then there was a skull mold of sweat still in the air that didn't trickle down. Like it was nuts. I'll post that in the link.
Combat sports are so fun. They really are.
Well, all right, dude.
Damn, dude. Let's wrap it.
Anything else to talk about?
No, man. We got NXT Gold Rush next week. We have Carmelo Hayes taking on Baron Corbin. We have Tiffany Stratton taking on Thea Hale. We have a 4 corners match, or a triple threat match, for the #1 contender for the NXT tag titles. And Nathan Fraser is your new NXT Heritage Cup champion. That was an awesome match. That's a weird match that we can get into another time. I'd love to talk about the Heritage Cup on another episode. But yeah, let's wrap it. Let's call it a night. Cool. Happy Father's Day, everybody, to all the dads out there.
Yeah, happy Father's Day. Give us a rating, guys. Apple Podcasts, YouTube. Leave comments. Tell us what you want. Tell us what you want. We'll do it.
Question of the week. Send it to our Instagram. Question of the week. What match are you most excited about for Forbidden Door?
Ooh, I dug it.
Tell us in the DMs. Love to hear it, chummy.
All right, party people. I'm out. Rob's out.
For the chef, I'm
Peace.
Coach. Happy wrestling, everybody. Good night.
Have a good night.